Imagine a world where your smartphone is smarter than every expert on the planet, faster than any doctor, sharper than any lawyer, and more creative than the best artist you know. What if that reality isn't far away, but just a few years out? Former Google CEO Eric Schmidt says this isn't science fiction, it's what's coming and fast. In 2026, AI might not just help us, it could outthink us entirely. In a recent discussion at the Special Competitive Studies Project, Eric Schmidt, the former CEO of Google, shared some eye-opening thoughts about artificial intelligence. Sitting down with Jan Masserv, Schmidt didn't sugarcoat the future. He talked about machines learning how to improve themselves, AI systems writing all of our code, and even the possibility of discovering drugs without human scientists. It sounds like the plot of a sci-fi movie, but according to him, it's happening, faster than we're ready for. Let's walk through what he said, because whether we like it or not, this future is knocking on our door. Eric Schmidt started by warning us that AI systems are already improving themselves. They're not waiting around for humans to tell them what to do. In the AI world, this stage is called artificial superintelligence, or ASI. This is when machines become smarter than all of humanity combined. He mentioned something called the San Francisco Consensus. According to this view, ASI could show up in as little as 6 years. That's based purely on how fast AI systems are scaling up right now. Computers are now doing self-improvement. They're learning how to plan, and they don't have to listen to us anymore. That's what Schmidt said, and he's not exaggerating. To make this level of intelligence work, Schmidt explained, we'll need massive amounts of power. Think nuclear plants and gigawatts worth of electricity. He even testified about this recently. The problem? Society isn't prepared. Our laws, our governments, even our language don't have the tools to handle what's coming. According to Schmidt, the threat or opportunity of ASI is actually underhyped. That might sound surprising since it seems like AI is everywhere right now. But Schmidt says, if there's even a 50% chance that this technology will be as powerful as we think, we need to start taking it seriously today. If there was a 50% chance that superintelligent aliens might show up in the next 10 years, wouldn't we prepare for it? He asked. It's a good point, and he's not alone. Plenty of tech experts are starting to sound the alarm. Here's where things get even more real. Schmidt said something shocking. Eventually, all code will be written by AI. And he's not talking about a distant future. He's talking about right now. AI is already being used to write programs, pass coding tests, and solve problems that only top-level engineers used to handle. Within a year, Schmidt believes, we'll see AI systems writing almost every line of code used in major software projects. He's not the only one. OpenAI and Anthropic researchers are saying the same thing. AI doesn't care about which programming language it's using. It just focuses on getting the job done. So when people ask what language they should learn to code in, the honest answer might be, it doesn't matter anymore. Schmidt also brought up something wild. AI systems are expected to reach the level of graduate math students within a year. He pointed out that math is actually easier for machines to learn than human languages. Why? Because math follows rules. And AI is really good at pattern prediction. That's what it's built to do. These systems use something called the loss function, which helps them guess missing words. Or in the case of math, solve equations and prove theories. And they're doing it at a scale we can barely imagine. Here's where it gets deep. Schmidt talked about recursive self-improvement. That's when AI starts improving its own code. It writes new algorithms, tests them, and gets better over time without needing us. Right now, around 10-20% of the code, at places like OpenAI and Anthropic, is already being written by AI. That's a huge deal, because programming and math form the backbone of our digital world. If AI handles both, it's game over for how we used to think about work, creativity, and control. So what's next? According to Schmidt, within 3 to 5 years, we might see what's called artificial general intelligence, or AGI. This means a single AI system as smart as the smartest human in every field. Math, art, politics, science, you name it. He even joked that people who believe in this timeline are mostly in San Francisco. But if they're right, it's not a joke anymore. Imagine carrying a digital genius in your pocket, ready to help with any problem. Another big change Schmidt mentioned is AI agents. These are systems that can take actions, learn from results, and operate independently. Imagine you want to buy a house. One AI agent finds a property, another checks the local laws, another hires a contractor, another even pays the bills. That's not fiction, it's the future Schmidt sees. I just described every business process, every government process, and every academic process in our country, he said. This is the question on everyone's mind. If AI can do all this, what's left for humans? Schmidt says, probably not as bad as you think. He reminds us that every time technology replaces jobs, new ones eventually come along. From the loom to the steam engine, people found new roles, but even he admits it's getting harder to imagine what those new roles will be. And in places like Asia, where population growth is slowing, automation isn't just helpful, it's necessary. Schmidt also talked about how seriously China is taking AI. He mentioned a moment when China's own AI model DeepSeek made waves and sent a strong message to their government. Now China is all in on developing their own models, and fast. They've even figured out ways to get around chip restrictions by creating new algorithms. Since they often release this software as open source, the rest of the world, including the US, quickly adopts it. But this creates another problem. How'd it win? We control the spread of powerful AI tools if they're free and open to all. This part was intense. Schmidt warned that if one country gets too far ahead in AI, it could lead to conflict. He asked, are we willing to bomb another country's data centers if they're years ahead of us in AI? He told a story about someone joking that we should each agree to put explosives on each other's power supplies. If you get mad, you cut the power. It's a dark idea, but it shows how serious the stakes are becoming. Let's shift gears to something more hopeful, medicine. Schmidt shared a story about a company he's helping fund. They built an AI model trained in chemistry. This model comes up with new drug ideas, and a robotic lab tests them overnight. The next day, the cycle starts again. Their goal? To map out every druggable target in the human body in just 2 years. If they pull it off, it could completely transform how the drug industry works. This fusion of AI and robotics could lead to treatments for diseases we haven't even figured out yet. And if it works, some believe we could reach something called longevity escape velocity. In simple terms, that means living longer, maybe even indefinitely. One person in the audience asked Schmidt whether superintelligence could actually cure diseases like cancer. Schmidt's answer was yes, because ASI could understand things we can't. He gave an example from his college days. When he asked a friend if quantum physics was actually true, the reply was, yes, we use it every day. That might be how AI medicine works in the future. We won't fully understand it, but we'll use it because it works. So what does all this mean for us? Eric Schmidt's message is clear. The next few years are going to change everything. From how we work, to how we heal, how we defend our nations, to how we define intelligence, AI will be at the center of it all. We're heading into a world where machines can write, reason, experiment, and possibly even outperform us in every way. It's exciting, it's terrifying, and most of all, it's happening fast. What do you think about what Eric Schmidt said? Do you believe AI will be writing all our code? Do you think we'll lose our jobs? Or find new ones we can't even imagine yet? And are we ready for the global AI race that's already begun? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. If you enjoyed this breakdown and want more content like this, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss a future upload. Thanks for watching. See you next time.